Now that we finally had the gel coat restored, almost, it's time to put everything back together on the exterior of the boat and add some decals. My wonderful wife is going to be doing most of this work for you in the video. So to say thank you to her, and because she's turning 40 years old today, we flew down to Jamaica as soon as we got this done. It doesn't matter where you live or what you do. I just hope that you choose to
make ski boat ski again.
All right, first things first, we got to get these vents back on the boat and put the windshield back on. It's a product I use on a lot of things now that are black. It's basically my favorite new thing. It's made by Meguiar's. It's called Ultimate Black. I use it on anything that's black and plastic or rubber. You basically take the product and you smear it all over whatever it is that you want to sharpen up, let it set for a little bit, and then wipe it away. Regarding the windshield, if you remember from an earlier video, it was already coming loose. The screws that were holding it down to the gel coat had stripped and worn out the gel coat. We're basically just going to drill new screws in here to put it in. It went really well. All right, now it's time for my favorite part, the decals. It's not my favorite part just because I don't do anything. My wife does all of this. This is the part of the process where all of a sudden the boat just starts looking like new again. And you got some options on what you want to do. One thing that's different about the decals that Nautique offers now for these old 86s is that they only come in white. But we actually liked that. It ended up looking really good. And we made a color scheme change when we did this. If you remember the original way this boat was looking, it had a baby blue pinstripe to it and some baby blue accents in the ski Nautique. We switched that to an American theme. We're going red, white, and blue. It turns out great. All right, so in this clip, you're going to see my wife putting on the side decal. Now, if you get really close, despite all the work that you do, you can still barely see where the other decal was. But This decal that we ordered is slightly different in the size. So she's still going to measure from top to bottom to make sure that it's centered. So here's the key when putting this on. Most people would probably just start with the decal on one side and work their way across to the other. But she's learned, and it works every time for her. She starts at the very center of the decal, and she'll tape the middle of the decal. Then she'll cut off almost half of the backing, and she'll start from the center, and she'll spread it out, and she'll wipe it down. There's a special tool that she's going to be using here. It's just a flat edge. You could basically use a credit card if you don't have one of these. And then once you get one side done and permanently put in place, you remove the other half, and then you start at the center and push that one out to the outside. Trust me, it's the best way to do it, or so she says. Regardless of all that work you do to the gel coat to bring it back, on a boat that old, it's almost inevitable there's going to be spider cracks on it. We've tried different things that have worked okay, but on this boat, my wife has a new product she's going to show you for the spider cracks. Awesome. Becky, where is all the footage of you filling the spider cracks and making that boat look great?
I don't think I took any. Was I supposed to?
There. Okay, well, here's the only proof that my wife actually did some of this. You'll have to look in the description below to see what colors those are that she picked out. And I can't really show you any good after pictures because you can't really see it.
Me too. I love the color.
You want to explain your process here?
I just want to go ahead and cut. Basically want to set up your pinstriping the length of your boat. I cut it, I tack it with some painter's tape, and then you move from one side to another. I start at the back. It's actually a pretty easy process, but the only thing you want to, really the important step is I'm only tacking this down in spots. I'm not putting this whole thing down. So you don't want any kinks in your line. That's the most important thing.
You don't want to press it all down.
Right. You don't want to press it all down. So I
And
just
when
have
you
it.
feel like it's looking nice and
You pull it tight.
straight.
Yep. You pull it tight and get it straight, and then I just tack it down in spots.
Well, you did it without even showing anybody.
Well, I gotta figure out. I'm teaching myself right now.
That's all we've been doing is teaching ourselves. I think it looks good. I think that bottom one's gonna need to get cut across here. So cute. One of the cool things about these ski boats, you got a Teak platform. It's pretty easy to restore, and it almost always comes out looking good. Teak just lasts a long time.